a few weeks ago I was talking obviously about the season overview, and now I want to talk about some of the standout episodes. There's only about 3 or 4 I really want to touch on. And I'm going to go right to the end first, because it's my least favourite, but I do think it needs talking about. So Graduation Day, both part 1 and 2, was obviously a very critical endpoint to the season. This is what it's been culminating in. The giant CGI snake monster that doesn't really stand up anymore, notwithstanding. This was very much an interesting mission statement for the series as a whole, I would say, not just the season, because we finally had the acceptance in another episode I want to talk about, the prom, of Buffy as the class protector. And she now is getting people on side to fight this evil. Now they know what she does, and she, her friends are probably involved in it. They can walk around and recruit these people to the cause. And we see one of the most uplifting, I think, moments in a season finale, where he's starting to turn and the order goes up and everyone whips off their graduation robes and just, pulls out whatever weaponry they've been assigned. You've got archers, you've got people actually with swords and maces and things, and it's just an epic battle. We do lose some people, sadly. We lose Larry, who had a great arc with Xander, the whole no, I didn't mean about being gay thing. But we see this character who's accepted who he is. I think it was a soft attempt at doing the sort of gay line that they obviously wanted to follow through with. Well, originally they wanted to do it with Xander, but they did follow it through, obviously, with Willow's character. I think it was a soft way for them to do that and go, okay, people accept that, like one of the side characters, so we should be okay. I guess that was the reason. I don't know if there's ever been any confirmation. But that was very, very sad. Some people may see it as like, oh, we've killed off the gay character, and take a big sort of, umbrage against it. But I think it was just, well, Larry doesn't want to do more. I think the actor didn't want to do more necessarily. He didn't want to carry on. So it's like, okay, well, we'll kill you off. If you're sure you don't want to come back, we'll kill you off. It's fine. We of course lost Harmony, but we did get her back, of course, down the line, which was great. She's one of those characters who I think we'd miss without her there. She wasn't obviously always at the forefront, but she was very welcome. And of course, she does assist with the whole return of Spike next year. So yeah, Graduation Day was one of those very hopeful kind of episodes, and it ends, with well, we survived high school, well done us. And it does have that thing of well, the door's open, what happens now? But previous to this, very, 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 very immediately previous to this was the prom, which I don't want to talk about the Hellhounds, although it does set up Tucker, who obviously then we know his brother Andrew from season 6. But I do want to talk about, not only the fact that this kind of gave the idea of Angel needs to leave, definitely cemented, which was followed up obviously with Graduation Day Part 2. The wonderful sort of I'll see you kind of glances between the two as he disappears into the smoke. But in the prom, she got that last dance with him. She got that moment, the high school moment that she's always craved, just being a normal girl. But she got recognised by her peers. The bit when Jonathan goes up, who is the most fitting, because in earshot there was the whole thing of him in the clock tower. She saved him. Originally, she thought from killing his classmates, but it was actually himself. And in the original production number, that would have come before everything, because of real-world events that had to be done after the end of the season. So it didn't make so much sense if you watched it in its original run that Jonathan was doing it necessarily. They saved him from an Inca mummy girl and stuff a few times, but why him? Well, it's because she saved him. So when you can actually watch it now in the production run, it does make a lot more sense. And it was a moment that got me. I was quite taken by it. I was very very affected by it. I love the fact that she's being recognised. It's being accepted, and like I say, did lead obviously into the whole Graduation Day. Another great standout episode was Homecoming, where Cordelia's mistaken for Faith because of them having the beef that gets them into the limo. It was meant to be the two Slayers, and it's where Cordelia really showed that she could step up to the plate. I think this is what definitely facilitated her introduction into Angel. She could be a demon fighter in her own right, but probably not around Buffy. Angel can't be around Buffy. Let's put them together, but kind of in a will they won't they for too long. But we'll get to that. That's its own thing. But I found it quite fun, you know, the idea of an event to hunt Slayers, and the fact that, you know, like I say, these two people who've been bickering and fighting come together to realise that actually we need to work together on this. I obviously do want to cover the Zeppo, because this was a great idea and the execution was brilliant as well. We never see the main story really in full focus. We see bits of it. I think the most we see is probably in the opening, when they're actually, you know, sort of fighting the Sisterhood of Jay, and then go, oh, Xander, you're all right. That's when we switch the focus, like, this is now Xander's tale. That was our introduction into what's going on as General. This is now Xander's tale. And like I say, it does intermingle with their stories. You know, we learn about what's going on and we see the big demon monster and stuff like that, but we're generally kind of like just, oh, that's happening, okay, what's going on with Xander? You know, not only does he get the growing up when he's facing off with Jack, but he kind of does the rite of passage. He has his first sexual experience with Faith, of all people. Which, you know, I love the reference in season 4 with Anya. It's like still more romantic than Faith. And yeah, it's not at all. She's just basically doing the hungry, horny Slayer thing that she's mentioned before, and he just happened to be conveniently there. There wasn't any premeditation. There wasn't any like, oh, I like Xander. I want him someday. It was like, oh, you're the right shape. Let's do it. That was it. But it was enough. It helped not only with him turning into a man in that kind of mystical kind of social understanding kind of way, but I think it just chilled him out so that he could deal with it. You know, the sort of post-coital endorphin rush and all that kind of just chilled him out. It was like, hey, I can deal with Jack. This is a weird night, but I'm dealing with it. I had sex with Faith, but I'm dealing with it. You know, it's basically that, and you know, it really showed the development of the character, and I loved it. So those are the ones I count as the highlights. I mean, obviously, most episodes have some kind of importance for the grand arc. You know, some people might be like, why didn't you cover Faith, Hope and Trick? It's like, well, all it does is really introduce Faith. That's its job, and her reason for being there. I already really talked about the Bad Girl's consequences in the overview video, so I don't want to reiterate it too much here. But yeah, so those are my highlights. Everyone's will be different, of course. That's the beauty of it all. So, you know, if you want to let me know what yours are, please feel free to leave a comment. It does help. But that'll be it for this time. So until next time, as always, thanks for watching and take care.